a Chiarna Isa Crease, a Mock Day, Jane Choker Earl, Piakak. I hope you all had an interesting St. Patrick's Day. And now that everybody has sobered up, it's time to have a look at the Irish economy. While overall the global stock market is going well, Irish stocks have been down for a few weeks for the month of March. Not alarmingly down, but it's probably due to the fact that we're having what they're calling a heating oil crisis, where there's a massive spike in heating oil prices, talking about 61%. So if ordinary people have difficulty heating their homes, you can imagine that other economic activities will become difficult. If you have difficulty heating your home, businesses are also difficult. And there's also the issue of some Irish pharmaceutical companies will be leaving and heading back to the US, or they might have a shell company in Ireland, and they're going to be passing over their importing and exporting back to the US. Drones. Like, why am I the only person worried about drones? Like, Irish people aren't talking about this at all. And I might sound like a mad person when I talk about how dangerous drones are going to be in the future. Like, it does warrant a weekly drone report on the massive drone or the increasing drone strikes that we're experiencing here in Europe. There was the Aerotroika strike in Cyprus. There's been a few more since then. The majority of these drone strikes, 67% of them, we don't know where they're coming from or who they are. Some we expect from Russia, but obviously Iran is explicitly attacking us. So there's Protect EU strategy. I will be contacting the EU, or I have been contacting the EU about this and trying to get more information. How, Irish people, it's like, if you're going to be investing 250 million euros in protecting Europe against drone strikes and terrorism, like, can Irishmen get a job from this? Why all these, like, you're talking about Ireland's going to be spending 1.3 billion euros on defense. Okay, cool. So, like, can I get a job out of that? How does an Irishman get a job with defense? How do I search for a job role? You haven't told me its name and it doesn't exist yet. It's a huge. If you're working in IT, you know what I'm talking about, right? You study a subject, you get your degree, the technology changes, and you're like, I'm stuck here trying to get a defense job, but unless they name it how I name it, you're not going to get it. 5G antennas are being used for radars. I thought we were upgrading to 7G, so I don't know what the advantage of 5G over 7G is when it comes to radars, but there you go. So Ireland's relationship with drone strikes, the business community is referring to Ireland as high value, low protection target, as in we have lots of valuable things that terrorists could attack. Obviously, the people quoting were investors. They're talking about their property, but we have very low protection. We are developing a better radar system. The people involved in building that new radar system, I've personally checked it out. It's the second best radar system we could get, but second best is good enough. So how our anti-drone capabilities are going to be, I would like to be involved in that project. So people like me who have degrees in AI get to have their say, as opposed to someone with an arts degree, which is almost anything to do with the military in Ireland is being controlled with someone with an arts degree as opposed to business or engineering. So, yo, Josie, it's going great. Sticking with, yeah, so as I said, there's a spike price of kerosene in Ireland. A litre has gone from €964 to 1,554 in just 2 weeks. Hence, yes, our stock market isn't doing so great. The government, you know how the Irish government makes excuses. Oh, it's bad for us because we're not using diesel. It's like, but aren't we using the heating oil for some other reason you made it 4 years ago and not use diesel? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, but we're using the heating oil because you told us to. Like, what's the plan for Ireland to get more oil? Like, this is the thing I like about Trump. When Trump randomly said, Ireland, you have to spend 6.1 billion more euro on buying American oil, and Neil Martin was like, doesn't know what to say to that. And I'm like, probably a good idea. Probably just, if you just randomly just buy oil, it's probably better to do that than us having a non-existent energy plan. So yeah, and as I've been reporting, the crude oil has been going over $100 per barrel. I mean, it's gone down today in comparison to Monday and Tuesday, but it's still up from last week. So, yeah, we have the last time oil was at these prices. You're talking about the start of the Ukraine war. So, if the price of oil remains high, Irish businesses will do badly, stock badly. It becomes difficult to manage farms. Everything, pretty much everything economically stems from the price of energy. When we bring down energy prices, we tend to have a better economy. It is really one of the most crucial pillars in the economy. So, if you've been following me on YouTube, Liberty Strikes on YouTube. I mean, I'm more popular on TikTok, but one day I'll be successful. Regarding what I was saying about the Pharma front loading, so the Irish Fiscal Advisory Council is reporting the pharma giants are artificially boosting short-term tax receipts by front-loading exports to the US before the Section 301 232 investigations. I'm not a legal expert, but before the tariffs are going up again. So that does mean less jobs and business for Irish people regarding the pharmaceutical industry, as I previously said. And this has been called the Shamrock Dilemma. 93% of Irish exports are foreign owned, so it's majority American businesses. Nearly half of our tax receipts are coming from US firms. And that's coming from the bank bailout mentality that we had to economics that came in, where it's like, oh, grand, FDI, oh, we just give loads of money to keep bailing out these large corporations, and they all want to come here, and we end up with free controlling the economy. So, which causes a massive political problem for us that I'm sure Heather knows about. How's it going, Nita? Yeah, so the bottom line economically for Ireland, like I'm blue in the face in saying this since Ukraine war started. Like, we need more sources of energy. Now, I'm pro-nuclear, made videos about nuclear energy, written papers on it. We need more nuclear. We have oil and gas in Ireland. We need to manage that more effectively. Keep alert to drone strike problems. Ireland is currently not well defended, or no defence at all, against drone strikes. For myself in my own home, if you're going to go mad enough and try and protect yourself from random drone strikes, they are more likely to attack the airport and businesses than your personal home. But it is possible to write a program. I mean, maybe most people won't know how to do that, but you can use AI to help you to write a program where you can scan your Wi-Fi, so you can actually pick up random drones and work out if it's a legal or illegal one, because registered, licensed drone pilots fly a particular way, whereas the attack drones behave in a more irregular pattern. So we can actually, because something is irregular, it's easier for us to write machine learning code to detect them. And